Another trend we've seen this year is multi-factor authentication bypass. We've been talking about that all year, and that is yet another thing that is leveling up. Matt, I know you were talking with the SneakyLog folks. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so I actually got a little bit of insight into how they put this together and some of the features that are made available in this specific hacking kit. One, they analyze traffic when it comes in, so they can see if you're coming from like a VPN or a big server farm or something like that. If they detect that you're not a legitimate user, they send you off to a Wikipedia page, which I think is kind of hilarious.
You're trying to buy the tool, Matt, or
when you're using it as part of your campaign. When you're trying to buy it, realistically, all you have to do is find them. They're on Telegram. And then you add money to an account using cryptocurrency, and that allows you to buy a license to use the SneakyBot software. So it's a SaaS product. But yeah, they do things like pre-filling the email address so that users are more inclined to just type their password in and go. They make the phishing websites look very, very legitimate. I mean, it's a solid piece of software, and there is a big problem with these kinds of services because we see the software-as-a-service malware industry really exploding recently.
Yeah, and I think one interesting thing, and by the way, this research was done by a company called Sequoia, and you can check out all the details on this research. But one of the things that the SneakyBot tool or the SneakyLog tool does is it'll make the targeted website look blurry, or the phishing website look blurry. And they're really preying on your instinct. We've seen that a lot in phishing Word documents as well, where it looks blurry and people have this instinct like, oh, I want to fix that. I'm just going to type in my credentials. And the problem is that it's blurry. That's distracting you from the fact that it's actually a phishing website. So that triggers users into authenticating. Now, we've seen a number of ways, again, over the course of the year that hackers are doing multi-factor authentication bypass. This is yet another one, and it's really important to train your users. They're stealing multi-factor authentication codes. In this case, Matt, they're stealing cookies. Is that right?
Yeah, they're stealing those little authentication tokens that get created when you log into a website. You know, the things that make it so you don't have to put in a username and password every time you log in. But there are still ways around that. If you're using something like a hardware token or a passkey, that can be a great way to thwart that kind of a phishing attack. Better yet, if you're using something like single sign-on, where you get a multi-factor push every time you log into a service, that can help stop an attack like this from spreading to other services inside of your organization. Because remember, attackers are cloud conscious. If they get a hold of one of your services, they're going to try for the other ones too. So let's put some roadblocks up and make that more difficult for them.
Ooh, attackers are cloud conscious. I think that's my favorite quote of this webinar. So you'll notice in the top controls, we have advanced multi-factor authentication as one of the top controls. It's not just about using multi-factor authentication. Attackers are getting very good at phishing, at stealing those codes, at tricking people. And so you really want to be shifting to stronger methods of MFA at this point. Okay. And again, we also mentioned the importance of zero trust and identity management. It's really about when, not if, one of the accounts in your organization gets compromised. And so you want to make sure that there's limited access to sensitive data. People are only assigned access on a need-to-know basis, and you're able to detect when an identity is misused. And again, I think AI is really changing the risk here because often tools like Copilot have access to a broad spectrum of data, maybe more than you even realize sometimes when you first roll it out. And that means if a user's account gets taken over, the attackers can gain access to that as well and do rapid analysis on your tenant. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, this is Sherry Davidoff, CEO of LMG Security.
And I'm Matt Duran, Director of Training and Research for LMG Security. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. We would love to hear from you. You can reach us at info@lmgsecurity.com, find us on LinkedIn, or follow us on Twitter. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.